So why is a white girl from England here talking about rap? Got the knack, and that's a fact, but this is not a hijack. It's crap, and dealing with it, that led me to this lyric. All music is a map pulled out of personal experience. Now, there's so many things to study in. How come the violence of rhyming is not something you can win any scholarship in? My articulation's not so loud. At school, I'm disallowed. They're too proud to put rapper and poet on the same paper cloud. But I figured out if I could write it down and get it out there to the world, it could hit a kid like me, maybe make her feel less absurd. It could give a kid like me a voice where she might not have the words. Because there's so many minds hiding under headphones, under beats, blocking out bullies with track 3 locked on repeat. Lyric core in 4/4, this alphabetic infantry. It's my creativity versus destructive tendencies. That's what the devil's music did for me. It was how I walked through hell. When life was dropping bombshells, I cranked up the decibels, because it's unparalleled, this stage where we can blast our shame and rage. It's a key out of the cage and was the only real way I could engage as a teenager with neither school or teacher who could reach a traumatized little ginger. Not social worker, foster carer, parent, not till she blared her voice and someone heard the noise, the swearing. A music teacher at a centre for at-risk kids. He gave me money for my smokes, and he listened. He really did. He picked me up from school, and he bought me alcohol, and when he told me to take off my clothes, I did. See, he used his words to herd us into a trap. Me and 15 other girls kept abuse under wraps. But now I'm free, a bird, and I use mine to clap back, get snaps, and empower other poets. That's what you are. Through rap. Because to tell anyone that, I had to write it down first and spit it out, because in verse I wasn't not allowed to curse. There's this story and so many more in and behind my bars. His story, her story, the kids in my class. Call it rap, call it lyrics. It empowers, it permits. It's aggression for the boy with the stepfather who hits. It's hatred in the girl, still too scared to name the hypocrite. It's confidence for the nerd, the new kid, the misfit. The experience, an audience of us, a universe. Lay the beat, be diverse. Let us speak our best and worst. These stories and voices have always existed. But without the medium, the lyrics long, you probably missed it. I see people every day who find their strength within these lines, who just like me can certify rap music saved my life. Here, I tell you just a few of the folks I met this week when we connected under circumstances split over a beat. Boy sits with me in workshop, 17, never talks. Teachers chide him daily how he wears his pants and walks with his iPod on. He's introvert till you give him a mic. He'll stand and rhyme, shine into that night without a spotlight. Just like this girl kicked out of home, of school, and in a shelter. Center calls her hard to place, as if that's gonna help her. I'm saying share the fight out, blare the sound, compare your clout, and she's written out 4 pages there before I've sat back down. Rap gives voice to narratives not there in other art forms. Represents communities nowhere on other platforms. Sometimes you gotta cuss, yeah. Sometimes you gotta scream. We've got to stop telling kids their pain is obscene. Explicit. Is it? Yeah, I'll give you that, it is explicit. The lyrical content, subject, sometimes illicit. The drugs and the violence and the hate is prolific, but now, is that graphic? Or is it just realistic? It's the purest form of message, rebuilt to serve the wreckage, built by the builder, for those who hear and get it. Rap is personal, political, universal, critical. The stories it presents, the things we say, they are literal. Sometimes there ain't another way, like, let's get analytical. It's about resources, simple access. You don't need a guitar, a piano, or a sax. If you've got a pen and a table you can tap, and something to say, then you can lay tracks. Hip hop, the one who bleeds with a pen and not a gun, who fires shots with a song instead of hurting someone. The one who joins a cipher instead of a gang, who didn't know they could be sad and safe before they rapped and sang. It's a democratic practice for emotional exhaustion, expression in performance to share problems in proportion. So scrap your misconceptions, because there is another option, and from it comes creation instead of distortion. And not just within a community, but to a wider audience. Maybe you don't need to avoid that lad or be so obvious. Maybe kids listening to rap are less delinquent, less aggressive, less reclusive, less depressive, self-aware and more progressive, self-empowered, more expressive. Maybe this form born from oppression in America is connecting to young people in every single area in a way that nothing else is, in a way that we can harness. Maybe you don't need money to be free to be an artist. We know the benefits of music on cognition and stress. Well, hip-hop is the most widely played genre in the US. So for emotional intelligence, fighting trauma and depression, political engagement, community, connection, why, when I'm teaching this, am I in the elective section? One Pulitzer, but do you see a Fulbright or a MacArthur? So when can I make the assignment 30 minutes a day of Lamar, huh? Where can I read about Tupac as a community diplomat? Can you show me a politician with an influence like that? Outcast or Shakespeare, know whose vocab is most fat? Mozart or Eminem's genius need both these hats. So rewind the tape and play back if you need me to recap why this white girl from England is talking about rap.